Hey guys, Jordan here. In this video I'm going to be answering a real estate photography question, so let's get into it. Alright, so today's question comes from PVR Captures. Thanks PVR for your question, and he says, does rolling shutter affect real estate videography? And I'll answer the second part after this. So rolling shutter, so you're typically not seeing too much rolling shutter with real estate videos. If you don't know what rolling shutter is, if you move your camera from right to left really fast and you get like a slanting look to your footage, that's a rolling shutter. And some of the newer, more modern cameras like my Sony A1, they fixed that, but it's very common in a lot of the older cameras, even some of the newer ones, honestly. You know, if you're not doing a bunch of movements really fast left to right, you can't really see it. If you're moving slowly from left to right, it's really not an issue. So in my opinion, rolling shutter has never really been a big issue with real estate video. So I wouldn't worry about it too much, even if you have a camera that has really bad rolling shutter when you're moving left to right. But for real estate, I think it's perfectly fine. And let's get into the second part. And what about 4K 60p crop? I'm not sure what camera you're referring to. I'm assuming maybe the A7 IV. That's the new one. That's actually the camera that we rolled out company-wide that we're using right now. And if you're shooting 4K 60, there's a crop to it, right? It does the zoom in effect, basically the APS-C size sensor. So we honestly don't shoot our real estate videos in 4K. It's overkill. If we get a request that somebody really wants a 4K video, we can do it. But for that camera, you have to do it at like 30 frames or 24 to not have that crop effect. But yeah, 1080p at 60 frames per second, there's no crop. You can get some really solid footage with that. Now, I will say, you know, 4K 60 honestly is overkill. Like I have the A1, it can do 4K 120, or even I can go 8K. I would say your camera settings and resolution is not the most important part of a real estate video. It's not even that. It's not really that important. I think what you're shooting, what emotion you're bringing about, does the music match the house, the style, is the duration appropriate? There's so many other variables that you need to nail before somebody's going to complain, hey, I can your footage is 1080p. I don't even know if we've ever gotten that, like somebody saying that the footage is not clear enough or something like that when we're shooting in 1080p versus the 4K. So anyways, those are just my thoughts on the camera settings, the crop. But yeah, if you are using a crop, you know, if you want to shoot 4K 60 and you want that wide look, you'll have to use an APS-C size, like an ultra wide. Yeah, you could use an APS-C lens design for APS-C and go ultra wide and get a nice shot. But yeah, you'd have to switch. So I'm, in my mind, 16 to 35 is your standard full frame. That's going to zoom into somewhere around 24 millimeters with the crop. So you're going to have to swap out your lens to one that's designed for APS-C if you want that ultra wide look, which for the most part you will want for real estate videos, because you know people want to see the whole room. So anyways, those are my thoughts on that. If you got value out of this video, hit the like button and consider subscribing to our channel as we don't consider subscribe to our channel as we consistently put out real estate photography content just like this. And as always, thanks for watching. We will see you guys on the next one.